I also do TRT as well because I actually had low testosterone at 27.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's like it was literally like just above like the base range. I was like, fuck this. This is why I feel like shit. I got no confidence and no drive. And instantly, as soon as I started that, I then became really driven, got in shape, and then started a business. So
yeah, testosterone for men are like magic drug. If you're low on testosterone, you're depressed.
You're
you don't want to do a thing. You're weak. You don't have a mood. Nothing.
And I think that's something everyone should do. They don't get enough is actually have their blood work look and like look under the hood, whether you're in good shape or not. Like if you're in really good shape, you should still do it because you don't know. And for me, a lot of it's like peace of mind. It's like, okay, cool. Like I'm in good health. I'm not fucked. Because sometimes like I'm really tired. I'm drained because I've been working. Like I feel stressed or whatever. You're like, or you got a bit of a headache. You're like, is that brain tumor? And like, it always goes in your head, right? You're like paranoid sometimes. Whereas I think the best thing you can do is like any problem is always get clarity by like look at the data and the facts. The same as like building a business with ads. It's like if you know the numbers, you know it's cool, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Same with your body. If you look at the blood work and like this is all good, then you're healthy.
What about TRT? Do you take it all year round?
Constantly, yeah.
For how many years now?
7 years or something like that.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
Doctors say it's good for.
Yeah. My everything's in range for me, so I'm all good.
2 shots a week?
Yeah, I split it Monday, Thursday. I use testosterone ethanoate, so it's a long-acting testosterone, so then it doesn't fluctuate so much in my bloodstream. You can actually, there's a lot of studies say you can microdose it, but like I'm not really, and you can actually use an insulin needle, like sub-Q into like body fat, but I just, too much hassle. Oh, the other thing actually I forgot to say, I take growth hormone as well for like 2 to 3 hours of that when I'm at home, pre-bed to help in terms of also anti-aging, recovery, skin, helps fat loss, everything really.
But in regards to TRT, can you do not injectional?
Yeah, I do the injections ones, but you can take the creams and stuff like that. Apparently,
cream.
But like, I don't really see the benefit of that. I would rather just because, like, say for example, you got a kid or something, a child, like you accidentally get testosterone on the child. Like it happens. Do you know what I mean? So like, do you know what I mean? So I think it just doesn't really make much sense to me.
The recovery goes through the roof with TRT and growth hormone?
Yeah, for most people, if your TRT is, if your testosterone is fucked, like that's literally ruining your life. And I think that's one of the benefits of actually one of the best things happened in the last 10 years, that I think that's becoming more mainstream acceptable.
Yeah.
And that's changing a lot of men's lives. Because
literally,
when I was younger, I remember going to the doctor and they were like, yeah, your testosterone's fucked, like just tough shit. And I just fucking sorted it myself essentially with like getting private advice. And you also couldn't even get blood tests like maybe 10 years ago in the UK. Really, really difficult. And this is why now it's so much easier than ever to be in great shape, because we have a lot of open information of what works. Like when I was 18, dude, like YouTube had just come out. There was no free information. I think no one knew anything. It was like, even if you wanted like, say, guides on steroids or whatever, there was like these underground Bibles from like William Llewellyn or whoever of like anabolics that you could get from someone somehow as like a PDF. Whereas like there's enough information on anything on the internet now that you can make an informed decision on whether you should do something or you shouldn't do something.
Yeah, but what I like about the fitness industry right now, so in the past 10 years, I want to say the more and more athletes come up and say that I use these steroids, but they say that they use way less than the people than when in the 90s people used. Wow, that's a lot. For instance, the one that you're having a mastermind with, the Dorian. Bro, that guy was, I want to say, the grandfather of insulin, of growth hormone. He looked huge.
The level of drugs varies very much. I think in particular, people have a more, like they have presumed more is better mentality, whereas actually it's a law of diminishing returns. And actually, once you go beyond a certain point, it's actually making you worse because your body has so many health consequences it can't function optimally. Which is like, if anyone's going to do that, it's like this supplement like everything else. It's the icing on the cake. If your nutrition is shit,
that's a good point.
Your training is shit. I know loads of people who take shitloads of anabolics who look like they've never even been in the gym.
I know a few of them as well,
geared to the nines, but they don't even look like they lift because they don't do the other stuff that actually makes a difference.
Yeah. So I want to say Chris Bumstead is taking way less than...
Oh, bro. I heard on a podcast, I think, what he was taking. He takes like nothing compared to some of the other... Like, there'd be amateurs who take 4 or 5 times as much as him. And this is what people have to understand is like, bodybuilding is a genetics game. You either have it or you don't. There's no like hard work pays off with body. Like you're going to stand next to Chris Bumpton and not look shit. Like, you can't outwork that because you just don't have that structure and frame, and you can't train for that.